So last question from last night's debate was, should code enforcement regulations be enforced or eliminated in Douglas County?
That's an interesting question. We do have a code enforcement division. I think there's at least one, maybe two people in it. Last year, the board actually put some teeth into the code. We took it out of, I forget what code, the VHRs, for example, of vacation home rentals were in, but we took that out, we put it into the development code so we could have better ability to find people who don't adhere to our code. I think one of the issues is does the code enforcement issue belong with a separate department, or should it be handled by the sheriff's department? I haven't made up my mind on this. It's a difficult question. First of all, let me tell you some of the things that the code enforcement does. It's mainly complaint driven. So if you have a complaint about a certain issue in Douglas County, you can go to our county website and file a complaint, and the code enforcement officer will go out and check out the situation. I've filed 3 complaints in the last 2 years, and all 3 of them have been taken care of. The latest one was that house next to the 7-Eleven on Riverview Drive and 395. But we've taken care of issues down, like for instance, down in Topaz Ranch Estates, where they had manufactured homes or trailers that had been abandoned for 15, 20 years, falling apart, a hazard. Somebody complained about it, and we took action as a board, and we condemned it. We had those properties cleaned up, and the owner of that property is going to have to pay our bill one of these days. But that's kind of what code enforcement does. One of the issues I had with like the vacation home rental properties, we had somebody go out, one of our code enforcement officers go out, and it was a female, and she went out to take a look at the situation and got into a verbal and physical altercation with the owner of that property. He actually spit in her face. That was just a terrible, terrible thing to happen to anybody. That code enforcement officer in our county, she actually quit because of that night, and I don't blame her. But that brings up the question: should it be kind of like civilian code enforcement officers that have a badge and a shirt that says Douglas County Code Enforcement, or should it be a sheriff with a gun and a badge? And so I think I opt for the latter. That would take additional deputies, and we could do that. But I really haven't had any in-depth conversations with Sheriff Coverly. So yes, we should have a code enforcement, and the code should be enforced. It's just a matter of who's going to enforce it.